Is it back
going on to the NFL coaches.
Did the beat go off?
Come on, man. We're gonna move on to the NFL and talk about which coaches deserve to be fired the most. Because I mean,
I have a list.
at this
Can
point,
we add GMs too?
if you want to,
I got a list.
at this point, there's plenty of teams that haven't performed how they're supposed to perform. The Saints aren't the same Saints they were from years ago. The Falcons, but Dan Quinn just got, he just got there. So, Mike Pettin with the Browns, Jeff Fisher with the Rams, and then you got Chip Kelly with the Eagles. Maybe even Tom Coughlin with the Giants.
Who?
Tom Coughlin.
No, I was talking about the one before that.
No, I'm saying Tom Coughlin. But
Chip Kelly.
A lot of these teams, you don't even, and then the coach also. I mean, granted, he just got to the AFC Championship last year, but
let's just get into it.
As we've seen,
I'm excited.
So starting off, what coaches do y'all think, or what coach do y'all think deserves to get fired the most? Khalid, we'll start off with you. Who do you think?
High five.
Chip Kelly.
Damn.
She's right off the bat.
Chip Kelly, because my man's worked to get every player that he wanted on his team. He wanted to get all his pieces for his offense.
Mm-hmm.
He got I forgot. I'm just tired.
He got rid of Sean McCoy, got rid of Deshaun Jackson, got rid of Jeremy Maclin, got rid of Nick Foles, got rid of everybody. He got rid of
for Kiko Alonso.
Kiko Alonso.
Brought in DeMarco Murray and doesn't use him the correct way.
Matt Stafford
doesn't use him.
Sam
Bradford.
I think Matt Stafford. Sam Bradford.
Yeah, Matt Stafford. They'd be cooking.
Probably.
Yeah,
Ryan Matthews and Nelson Aguilar have both been horrible wide receiver picks.
All right, go ahead, Khalid.
My man's got the pieces that he wants to make his offense look nice, and he's not winning the division, and it's crazy because the Redskins and the Giants are tied for the first place in the division, and right
HTTR.
Wait, let him keep going.
And I mean, he got this great team. We expect them to look just amazing this season, and they just fell short. So I do think my man's needs to reconsider his decisions because he said that he wasn't considering taking the coaching job at USC. But I mean, he about to get fired pretty soon, so he might as well consider something.
All right, Rashad, what do you think?
I agree with Khalid. Chip Kelly's Little League offense don't work anymore. You see what happened when he lost LaShawn McCoy and Nick Foles. Basically, his two greatest pieces he had for that team that made his Little League offense work. He brought in DeMarco Murray, who does like you said, don't use him the right way. Got him running sideline to sideline instead of right up the middle. You saw what he did in Dallas when he ran up the hole.
Doesn't use Ryan Matthews.
When Ryan Matthews in the game, he performs. But he's like, no, we paid DeMarco Murray this amount of money. We gotta make sure he gets his carries before he starts yelling at me. That's how Chip Kelly feel. I don't want DeMarco Murray yelling at me. He has to get security guard to escort him now. That's how much Philadelphia hates him.
That's sad.
All right.
So get him out of here. He shouldn't even go back to college. Take him to high school. Because he's done.
All right. Rudy, what do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna be quick because I have a list of coaches here. I'm not just gonna focus on Chip Kelly, but I'm gonna come from left field here, and I'm gonna go ahead say Norv Turner, San Diego needs to be out of there. They have 3 wins. They've been on a decline steadily now for like 3 years, if that's their coach right now.
He's not.
Yeah, whoever their coach is needs to be gone. They have 3 wins. They have Phillip Rivers at quarterback, pretty consistent guy. They have all the weapons on Keenan Allen's hurt, but he's still throwing for a better average than most players around the league. The problem here is that they haven't built that defense for anything. So I'm going to say him. I'm going to say if the Bengals don't make it to at least the AFC Championship, Marvin Lewis needs to go because they're going to be stuck in mediocrity. I think Jeff Fisher should be on the hot seat.
Quick question, a quick statement. San Diego's head coach is Mike McCoy.
Thank you. McCoy needs to be gone. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Lewis needs to be gone if they don't make it to the AFC Championship. I think that the GMs for both the Titans and Colts need to go. Because they make horrible personnel decisions. The obvious one is Chip Kelly because he had the GM privileges and the coaching privileges, and that has not worked out. Although, as a coach, he does have a winning record overall. We've just seen him dismantle an entire team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the biggest problem there. Other than that, I don't really think there are any coaches because the Dolphins already fired their coach, correct?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I think the biggest one right now will probably be San Diego.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't.
Oh, I did forget. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Mike Pettin. I'm sorry. The experiment is over. You can't draft a guy that just is consistently gonna either be on the field and not play good, or be off the field and cause your team problems, and then not do anything to get rid of the guy and expect you to keep your job. I think the Browns just need to clean house as far as that coaching staff, get a new coaching staff in, get a new quarterback in, and press reset. The defense is set. They just need to press reset on that offense and the coaching staff.
All right, so I agree with the Marvin Lewis thing because that's the guy that's had his job the longest, and yet his team.
Mediocre.
They win, but if your team stays where it's at, I mean, you have to have some kind of. Yeah, exactly. The same case was made for Scott Brooks. When your team just keeps making it to playoffs, but doesn't get that ceiling to push it to the. It's not like the Bengals made the playoffs and get to the AFC Championship. They get there and lose in the first round.
To the Texans every time.
But they're not really the fault of a coach, though.
No, but your coach is supposed to help you win.
They're not progressing.
But I'm saying it's years.
Play calling changes in the playoffs too. It gets really conservative.
But I don't know if Marvin Lewis called the plays. Shouldn't you fire defensive coordinator?
I mean, you can get Marvin Lewis is the head dude that oversees everything.
You're right.
So it's like
he can override those.
He can, but he doesn't.
So he has stake in the team's performance. It's like we can't just slide it all the way over to the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Marvin Lewis has stake in it. I mean, he's been there for X amount of years now. He's been there for a good amount of time, and the Bengals have only won one playoff game, I think, in that span of time.
10 seasons or something like that.
They might have won a couple when Chad Ochocinco was back there. But also, I feel like if we're going to fire Chip Kelly, why don't we fire Mike Pettin? Because Mike Pettin is the one that, from looking at his past seasons, since he took over in 2013, the Browns have went 4-12, 7-9, and 2-9. Wow. But while Chip Kelly, the Eagles have went 10-6, and then 4-7. And then in Chip Kelly's first year, they finished first in the NFC East and made the playoffs. So
he said first season though, right? You see, he said first. Nobody knew what to do with that offense first season.
He did something with it.
No, I'm saying nobody.
He said no defense knew how to cover it.
But I'm saying, but he still got them a 10-6 record the next year though. So I mean, they still had the same record next year.
And then he dismantled the team.
Then he essentially dismantled it, which is why he's technically on the hot seat now. But technically, if you look at it, Mike Pettin's been the one that has performed the least out of any of the coaches. I mean, Rudy's noted the San Diego coach, who last year was the team went 9-7, was second in the AFC West to the Broncos. Then they went 9-7 the previous year, and before that, the year before that, I think before he took over, the change off was the North Turner team was 7-9. So the Chargers have fallen this year, but I think the coach that's blaringly the most has had the least developed team is the Browns, because their team hasn't shown any kind of glimpses. I mean, even when they went 7-9, they were still fourth in the AFC North. So you look at it and you're just wondering, like, I mean, he hasn't gotten them to the playoffs. They haven't been. There's never been anything about the Browns that you're consistently saying, hey, they're getting better apart from the defense. And that's just because you got guys like Joe Hayden and whatnot that you're saying, hey, this defense is getting better. But other than that, the offense hasn't improved, and part of that is because Josh Gordon can't keep his mind right. But what I'm saying. But also some of it goes down to, I mean, you had I don't know how many quarterbacks in the past how many years.
I think it's Jamie's go too.
It's an organizational thing. There's a lot of things that go with it. But I just think the Browns have been the team with the coach that's shown the least ineptitude. So I think Mike Pettin is the coach that most likely needs to go. Right? Even it's either Mike Pettin, then it comes down to Chip Kelly. And the only reason I say Chip Kelly is because everybody has a bad season, because even the Giants, even the Giants, while Tom Coughlin has been there, they since 2010, these have been their season records. 2011, when they won the Super Bowl, they went 9-7. They were first in the NFC East. 2012, they went 9-7. They were second in the NFC East. 2013, they went 7-9. They were third in the NFC East. 2014, they were 6-10. They were third in the NFC East. And now you have them sitting at 5-6, tied for first with the Redskins. And it's like you had chances. Everybody pretty much guaranteed the Cowboys the division before Tony Romo got hurt. And now you've had chances to distance yourself from the rest of the teams, but the Giants haven't taken advantage of that opportunity to be able to do so. So you got to look at it and you got to say, man, Tom Coughlin, you've missed the playoffs for the past 2 or 3 years actually, and you have to look at it. Actually 3 years, And you have to look at it and be like, I mean, at what point do you get held accountable? The same standard, because at this point, Tom Coughlin's standard is championships, just like Marvin Lewis. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So his standard is championships, not just make it to the postseason. The standard for him is championships. And his team hasn't, been a championship team since 2011. And
that's still better than a lot of teams can say, though.
No, but they've missed the playoffs also. It'd be different. They haven't even made the playoffs. So like 2012, the team that came out the NFC East was the Redskins under RG3. So he's missed the playoffs consecutive years, and the team's just getting worse and worse. So you gotta look at Tom Coughlin also, as granted it's a big coaching name. He has 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. You gotta look at it and say, I mean, even in the Super Bowl years, the year they went to the Super Bowl, the most recent one, they were 9-7, and the one in 2008. That was when they were actually performing at the highest level, and they were 12-4. That's one of the best records they've had under Tom Coughlin. So the NFL, this season has been unpredictable. There's been so many teams that you think, oh, this team's gonna be great at the beginning of the season. Then they end. And honestly, Sean Payton is also on the hot seat too.
This was last year though.
Yeah, exactly. So it depends on whatever the Saints want to do with him. He's pretty much lost the defense. He doesn't have Drew Brees doesn't have the same offensive weapons he had a couple of years ago when they were the top flight offense. So there's only so much your coach can do. There's only so much that you can expect of a team when they've just become decrepit of everything. And John Harbaugh also with the Ravens, you've seen since they won the Super Bowl. Granted, a lot of their players left. Yeah. Ray Lewis left. Ed Reed was gone. Like a lot of players left. So some of these coaches, you have to look at their circumstance, look at what they've gone through, what they've been put through, and then see how that's affected the downside. But that's gonna wrap it up for today's show. Thanks for all those who tuned in. It's KBR Sports, the best host talk show of your 24-hour day. The WODU Studios, the best in college radio. Follow us on Twitter at KBR_sports, where you can see our topics for the day and see the link to watch the shows. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel at KBR Sports, where you can see past shows and past segments. All right, everybody, have a great day.